Hello guys, it's Philoxy, and well, I just had a very good battle in my Gneisenau and I want to share it with you. It really does showcase what this battleship is capable of. Um, I for some reason I really like this ship. I don't know why, because there are some matters. There are some things about the ship that suck so bad. They're basically just two things that really suck. One is it just about has no torpedo belt armor, so but that's more or less a specific um, trait of the German battleship line. And the other thing is the guns. I mean, you know, let's be fair. That's not German engineering. It cannot be. It's I don't know where they bought the guns, but um, they're like a shotgun. You know, anything that's farther away from you is you can't hit it. Well, anyway, um, I like the ship. It's very agile. Um, I'm running it with a full secondary build, so I have a 16 skill point captain on it at the moment. So it has basic firing training, advanced firing training, and full secondaries. Um, yeah. And in this case, I'm not running the ship on stealth mode, which I try to do with the other ships, or quite a few of the others. But due to the fact that the ship is really fast and turns well and stuff, I kind of wanted to go with something a little bit more exciting. It is very exciting at times. Well, anyway, for some reason, don't ask me why. I still had HE loaded. I normally don't check my ammo loadout at the beginning because I normally always have AP loaded, but I probably had a battle with a DD at the end of the last match, so I'm sorry for that. Uh, but I didn't realize it. Well, there you go. So just to showcase my point of this being a shotgun, so this ship is like 9.4 kilometers away, and I don't think I'm doing that bad of a job of aiming. And well, there you go. Just to prove my point. All right. Now, one thing I try to do is I try to stay in an area where I can support more than just one flank, which basically means you more or less go into the middle. I mean, depending really on the map, on the size of the map, but in this case, we're not running a domination mode, so it's a standard battle. So I try to be a little bit closer to the middle, really. And you do run the risk of being torped, but it is actually a little bit more open than the other areas. So you always have the fight in the gap between 9 and 10, and of course quite a few ships, as you clearly can see on this map as well, are on the 1-2 line. I'm sorry about the replay. For some reason, it's really not fluid when I zoom in. I rebooted my computer. I cannot change it. I'm sorry. So yeah, sorry. You have to bear with me. But they couldn't do anything about it. So there you go. That's a good start. Königsberg kills a Minakazi, so that's always nice to have. And of course, you really don't need a citadel, you get it. Anyway, I'd rather have that than not have it. So I'm just being reminded there are 3 DDs in the middle, and now that's nice because I don't know if I would have changed I think I would have changed my course anyway, but due to the fact that Farragut actually did not turn off his anti-aircraft guns, he was spotted. So I hope you learned from that one. At least he might have scored a torpedo hit on me. Don't know. So that Miyoko is not really in my line of sight anymore, and I Can't really shoot at it. So, oh, we're 5 minutes into the game and already scored 4,560 damage. There you go. Well, one target hit and no damage. Kind of strange, huh? So I penetrate and I don't do any damage. I really have to read up on that. So anyway, ADD is coming in. Well, that's nice because if you have someone scouting for you, it does help. So getting rid of the DDs is really something I try to do as fast as I can. And I didn't turn on my secondaries here because I think the gun range on my secondaries is 6.6 kilometers, so he's a bit too far out. Anyway, I just think, you know what, just turn in. And well, that's nice. We only lost 2 battleships and 2 destroyers. Scored 1 hit. And that wasn't an overpan, that's nice. Yeah, if I'm moving back and forth a little because really I'm not really keen on running into any torpedoes or, you know, being unaware of something. So here goes the Błyskawica. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, but a Polish guy once told me that this L with a slash through it is actually not pronounced an L, it's pronounced a W. So you can see one of the strengths, the agility, and I do run with the God, what is it called? Vigilance, I think. When you are capable of spotting the torpedoes a bit farther out, because that's I don't see why I should choose anything else. So that New Mexico stopped. I didn't give it the correct lead, so that's what you gain. Nothing. Wow, look at that. 1100 damage. Ah, come on now. Give me that Citadel. No. Not an easy ship, the Citadel, by the way, at New Mexico. But things really haven't improved. That was a... yeah. You thought when you just saw those 2 shells, which were like in a nice, even, you know, where you thought, oh, yeah, they're really gonna go for it. You know, they're probably gonna hit the Citadel, and then there you go. Some things are just pretty annoying. So look at this, it's 2,000 HP left. Oh. You know, there are things that just, you just cannot make this up, you know. Fortunately, he doesn't seem to have repair available, so maybe yeah, well, there you go. First kill. Now, this is one of the reasons why I try to stay a bit closer to the cap in the beginning, because if those 2 cruisers would be alone now, what are they supposed to do? They can't really do anything against the Gneisenau and the Congo, both of them 2 powerful ships. So here I'm going for the Congo first, or at least I'm trying to, as you can see. because it is the lower tier ship, and here I'm doing a mistake because you see it is actually slightly angled away from me and I don't seem to be realizing that. Anyway, so I'm going for the low tier ship. It's broadside. I definitely have to take that one out first, and it's easier to take it out because the armor is not laid out as is the Gneisenau. So choose your targets wisely. If you're in a situation like that, make sure you choose your targets wisely. You can't survive if you take out, you know, the Congo first. A lot of people would probably, and I've seen it again and again, would probably go for the Gneisenau, but that's not the smart move. The smart move is to go for the weakest link first and try to kill that. Now here, I have anticipated some torpedoes. Well, can't have it all, can you? Also, I have anticipated that Gneisenau would actually move away from my torpedoes, so I gave them a little bit more lead than the indicator actually showed me, and now I'm trying to go for the Congo. Again. Because that Gneisenau is angled. And then I'm trying to turn in again, because obviously I want to kill that Congo. And this, I hate this. When fire is raging on my ship, I can't see shit. I don't know where the indicator is, and I'm really, you know, I'm basically just throwing my torps in the water hoping to hit something. So here goes the Congo. And now that Gneisenau has a nice broadside, and we score 3,000 damage. It would be smarter, and I probably would have dealt more damage if I would have aimed for the superstructure, something I normally try to do in these kind of situations, because angling does not apply to superstructures. And if you are on my channel, or if you're not, I showcased a match with a Bayern. It was like 2 weeks ago or something, and you'll see it there. Look it up, you'll see it. So anyway, we're back to the start, right? Both of us, even ships. We're basically starting at our cap points. Let's go. So that Omaha, fortunately, is smart enough not to rush in. Sometimes that happens, you know. People think, oh, now we have the momentum, and then they rush in. But as you can see, they definitely have 3 ships at their cap, so that Błyskawica was spotted there last, and they have the 2 more or less full. Well, that New York is full health. You see there's the Błyskawica. Don't know where the York is. Really don't know. So quite a few people don't bother shooting at destroyers. If I don't have anything to do, I'll just shoot at the destroyer. I don't have to pay for my ammo. So, let's see. We have 1 battleship, namely me, and 1 tier 7 destroyer, 1 tier 5 cruiser, and 1 tier 7 cruiser. Miyoko, of course, being a very powerful ship. And that destroyer already has 3 kills, so he's not really a complete idiot, which is a shame, really, in this kind of situation. But then, where would be the fun, huh? It is at this moment, after 4,000 games, I realized I don't know how many torpedo launchers that Błyskawica has on each side. Actually, I don't even know how many torpedoes it has. So, time to read up on that one. Anyway, the best thing for me to do is truly just go head on, because that more or less is the best way to avoid torpedoes. And I do spot that König, and I'm just thinking, you know what, shoot. And that was pretty lucky on my part. I mean, I did angle back, so that kind of, you know, it does throw off the shells, but dealing 0 damage that is still pretty lucky. So, and here to be frank, made a mistake. What I should have done is I should have turned to starboard and do a tactical beaching. Um, because if I'm not quite certain how many torpedoes that thing has, or launchers, I should have done that because he could have just torped the hell out of me. And, well, I do a tactical beaching, by the way, but not at the correct time. So that doesn't really help. Anyway, I already have 90k damage, and I'm thinking, ah, this doesn't look good. So I'm thinking, that should be fine now, and then I'm thinking, no, I'm not. I probably won't make the turn, so I'm going back again. That Myoko is basically dead. And that Omaha is staying close by, which I really appreciate, because it means he knows what he's doing. And he's staying close, so, you know. Also, what most people forget, Omaha's have torps. Now, I don't feel good about the situation because I'm about to come up, give that New York a complete broadside, and here come the shells, and okay, yeah, and that's really is one of the strengths of the ship, due to the fact that it has this turtleback armor. It is a bit more forgiving. If I would have been in, let's say, Nagato or something, I'm quite sure those shells would have hurt more. Probably. They seem to be aimed okay. Well, anyway, what did you do in this kind of situation? Well, I cannot go up against that destroyer. Um, and we just lost the Myoko. So now it's 4 versus 2. Not a good situation. So here comes my Confederate, always very nice to have, but what you do? That New York was full health before I dealt some damage. Here comes the König. Over there is the York. So you can't really do anything really correct. So what I do is I angle myself towards both ships, because that's all I can do. And again, that's when the torpedoes come in handy. So, again, there's the goddamn smoke, and I can see he's in the turn, so I'm leading a bit more to adjust for that. And then, well, you can see his guns are pointed toward, completely toward the starboard side, and I'm just desperate. I'm very honest with you. I'm just desperate here. I'm just thinking, you know, the only thing I can do here is launch some more torps. And I don't know why the indicator isn't on. I'm quite sure it actually did show up. And my guns are still trained to the starboard side, so I'm just giving it all I have. I land a nice shot here. You know, when it all happened, it was like, ah! And I did a double strike, and Kraken, and high caliber, and devastating strike, and you know. So, yeah. Whoa. Now, next thing I thought is, I need to defend the cap. And so I'm thinking, how can I kill him? How can I kill him? And that's when I saw that our Omaha was actually in the cap. So it's contested. The Błyskawica seems to be in there as well. And they're not scoring any more points, and it's nearly over, so I'm just sitting here and thinking, just don't do anything. Don't get spotted, don't get killed, and just try to stay alive. And that's sometimes something you should try to do, not to do anything, just disappear. It makes games nice. Now let's have a look at the stats. I was pretty excited during the game, so I just realized, by the way, in the last encounter I had with those 2 battleships, I actually didn't turn on my secondaries. Well, anyway, this in terms of medals, I must admit it's probably one of my best games I've had. Yeah, definitely. Well, anyway, believe me, I'm extremely happy we won this game. I'm like so happy we won this game. It's beyond because I was like, you sit there and you go, no, I don't want to lose this game. So anyway, well, make me happy. So, yeah, just give you a quick glance. You saw the game, so don't need much explanation for that. Made 200 nearly 250k damage, 50k credits. So that's neat as well. So I wanted to give you a quick overview over my captain's perks. So you see I'm running the secondary build, and what you can also see is that I had 1 point available, so I chose the ammo change part. And also the mod I'm running on the secondaries because if you're running them, you prefer not to have them taken out. So anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the match. I certainly did, and I hope to see you around, guys. Have fun.